Some women are simply born rich, confident, and naturally magnetic to their desires. Let's be clear, this podcast is not for them. However, if you're a soul-driven, visionary, or entrepreneurial woman who's been on a mission to learn how to create a better future bursting to come out of you, welcome to my world. I'm Jo Warwick, and this is Rich, Sexy, and Free. I've dedicated most of my career to helping women get to their core power and unlock the missing pieces for their own unique success. You may already know me as the author of The Big Book of Love. With 30 years experience in psychology, embodiment, manifesting, and energetics, we will be exploring together the keys to becoming rich, sexy, and free. So if this excites you, don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite platform so you can stay up to date with the podcast. Hi, and welcome to Rich, Sexy, and Free. I'm Jo Warwick, and I'm so pleased that you can join me today. Do remember to like and subscribe or share around this podcast if you love what I'm talking about. And do get in touch because I do love to hear from you. Now, today we are exploring the gold standard and the misunderstanding about the gold standard being a trophy and performance where it's how you're being, how you're living. Now, what do I mean about that? Well, we all have this understanding. You've probably been striving, creating, building something you thought was the gold standard. And you wouldn't be alone in that. We all, at some point, strive to have more of the wealth, more of the life experience, more of the pleasure, the presence. We want all these external things. This is right and good. I am right behind you. I truly believe we should have that. But it's how we have that which shifts it from being truly a gold standard or something we've been striving for, which is much more like a bronze standard. So if we want to shift from a bronze standard life to a gold standard life, this is where it's happening, and it is a shift. Now, you've probably seen people who are super successful suddenly shout out that they've burnt everything down, they've given it up, it wasn't what they imagined, and yet so many people follow behind them to do exactly the same thing of trying to have it, because it's a developmental stage, a part of us where we're in this, the hustle, the push, the strive, the create, the hero's journey to build success on the outside and get wrapped up with the idea of the things that would look like we are living a gold standard life. Now, when it's coming from a place of let me get this thing and then I will feel ... So let me get the boat and I will feel freedom. Let me get the $1 million and then I will feel free. Let me get the husband and then I will feel love. It's the when I get, then I will finally. It's important to create your life. You've worked really fucking hard to create your life. You are a powerhouse woman who knew she wanted different to what she grew up. She knew she wanted more than she grew up with her ancestors. You knew that you were powerful and you wanted to claim your $1 million energy. And when you have $1 million energy, you want it to be reflected in the world. Abso-fucking-lutely. And yet I know for myself and the people over my lifetime that I've connected with from all different ranges of money, all different backgrounds, all different levels of success in business, all different levels of success as professional sports people, all different levels of success as spiritual teachers, etc. So many different levels. There is this shift that has to happen between realizing that you've been chasing a gold standard to becoming the gold standard. And it is that bit where you've been chasing to still seek outside of you something that is going to make you look like you have the gold standard, or that you're performing that you have the gold standard. Oh my gosh, we can only look on social media. Let's be honest. Look on social media and you will see so much of this. It's about how it looks, the performance, what that means to other people, how they perceive you. But the ultimate shift for a woman like you who has worked hard to get out of trauma and has gone through the hustle phase and realized it's not satisfying you, it's not giving you the results that you thought it was. Maybe it gave you the family, the money, the title, all the things that you thought were the results, and yet your life feels shallow. It feels like you're chasing it. You don't have an abundance of time or pleasure. You're still beholden to time. You are doing things out of a pattern where it's making your energy high and then low, and it's crashing, and you feel tired. You start your week like 100%, and by the end of the week you're like down to 30%. That you keep being around these cycles, either daily or weekly or monthly, where you are unable to be this sustainable powerhouse. And more importantly, you're not being fed by it. You're not in a system that's feeding you, that's exciting you, that's energizing you, and it doesn't feel free. Your life seems to be costing you way more than the things that you bought. So we're really sort of challenging this idea of what does gold standard really look like? And it's not just gold standard of accepting your boundaries, having a voice, standing up for yourself. These things are really important, but it's the gold standard platform for what you accept, what you demand, and how you are charged with your energy. Yeah. Because the way that you're living, when you're looking for something that's outside of you, it's quietly undercharging you. It's taking your energy away from you. It's creating glitches where you end up in these cycles of highs and lows, where you end up not just in a kind of cycle of your emotional state or the cycle of your menstrual state. It's literally like, oh, this doesn't feel right. This is draining me. This is shrinking me. But it's so subtle. That's where you're at now. It's subtle. And I want you to be aware of that. It is so subtle. So in my life, I can reflect that these are times when I have gone in consulting or I've attracted clients in when I really thought I was holding a gold standard, but there was a subtlety of what I was putting out of these clients, whether I was coaching with them or consulting with them as $1 million businesses. And you think, oh, that's great. That's amazing. Look at me. I'm going to go and work in $1 million business to help them have more millions. Doesn't that look amazing? And it's like, here's your title, here's your results, and you deliver, and yet you come away like somebody has sucked the life out of you. And I definitely know that experience. But I have done it when I was doing therapy, I have done it when I have done it as coaching, because you know that on some level you were attracting them in through your decisions, your thoughts, what you're putting out, what you're putting out maybe marketing wise, what you're putting out maybe on your CV, what you're putting out to your family, where somehow it's not about boundaries, it's that you have subtly lowered yourself without realizing. You've subtly shifted the base of who you are, or that you actually forgot what real gold standard is. And gold standard comes from within. And when we claim that I am divine, I am the powerhouse, I own $1 million energy, when we start to lead from that place, everything changes. Everything fucking changes, because when we lead from this place of I am the extension of the I am an extension, I'm divine, I have $1 million energy. My currency of my energy is the most potent and most powerful thing that I have. And therefore, I must treat it like $1 million energy, or has the capacity to be $1 billion energy. Yeah, it's so fucking divine. It has the potency to magnetize and attract everything that you desire, but you must be leading with it from this feminine perspective that holds the vision, holds the energy, knows the value, knows who you are. And then you have the systems and the boundaries and the timings that enable you to feel that support, so that you are holding a gold standard for yourself. And if not, life is going to keep hitting you in places where you're glitching, because you're going, oh yeah, no, I really know my value. And then suddenly you hit up against one part of your life, maybe in your business, where you attract a client and you think, fuck, that was really hard work. I accepted it for the money instead of I accepted it for the gold fucking standard that I am. It's like, oh, no, that's not my gold standard. Thank you. Instead, we think we have to fight for the gold standard. And when we have to fight for gold standard living, results, manifesting, creating in our business, in our home life, anything, when we have to fight for it, we're not really in gold standard, we're in bronze. So we're back in the hustle phase of I have to prove, and I'm a heroine, and I'm a hero, and I'm a warrior, and I can fight for my right to be here. That's not gold standard living. That's not being a winner. That's not owning and holding and being in charge of your $1 million energy. So these glitches that happen, they get reflected to you by the universe. What we want is to know where these glitches are happening. Where are we dropping from a gold standard? Where are we not holding it in the first place? Where are we replaying patterns that mean that we end up going around cycles where we feel like, I thought I'd been here before? The moment you hear that, I thought I'd done this work, I thought, how am I here again? You're in a glitch. Okay, that's the number one sign. You are in a glitch and you haven't changed the pattern or the behavior. You're in an energetic glitch, which means even though you might have changed your mindset, even though you think you've changed your behavior, you're in an energetic glitch, which means you haven't moved beyond, you haven't changed it, because it's showing you you are not really embodying your $1,000,000 energy. You're not really holding the gold standard that you believe. Yeah. So it will then take you around that journey of where you have to do it much harder of deciding, do I leave this? Do I join this? Do I throw this up in the air? Now, I'm not saying you have to blow everything up to move to a gold standard. Absolutely not. When you change from the energetics on the inside, when you really embody and claim the fullness of your I am presence, when you claim your feminine as being the leading energy, not your masculine energy, you can hold the bigger vision. But your masculine energy must be supporting you. It must be doing the consistent, solid work. It must be showing up in your systems. It must be supporting you in all different places. Otherwise, your feminine energy is having to work really fucking hard. And that is what is happening when the glitch happens. You've fallen into the feminine energy having to work way harder than she needs to be. Instead of doing her job, she's doing the job of the masculine energy inside of you. They're not working in harmony. You're looking outside of yourself, which is what happens. We know we're looking outside of ourselves when we're looking for those big shiny things, whether it's a house, a car, a boat, the partner, the $1,000,000, the $1,000,000,000, the achievement. When we're looking outside of ourselves, even subtly, it happens for me, it kicks in when I find myself looking at my algorithm results, when I look at who's reading this and watching that and who's engaging. The moment I do that is the moment I'm looking from not from within my power, knowing it comes to me and knowing it's here and knowing it's done and expecting it to show up. And when it does show up, I'm like, ah, yeah, there it is, of course. But when I'm looking at it from a place of going, oh, could somebody show me? And I'm like needy, I can feel the energy. And of course, social media is really needy anyway. The energy is needy. But we all have these subtle signs, yeah? And when you can hold your power correctly, then you get to use it and direct it and not fall in as much. And then you can have, just like having, oh, these many people listen to the podcast, or these many people followed me on social media, and I've had this many people like this post. They're good to know because it means that you're going, oh, you're on the right track, you're doing the right things, but it means nothing to you as in like, oh, well, that means I have success and I've got all the things, I'm living the gold standard life. It means nothing that's coming from the outside, and you have less reaction to it. Instead, I'm just doing my thing, I'm in my power, I walk and breathe every day. The shift of when you're living this is it feels like grace. It feels like flow. When the knots come in, and they do, there is always going to be moments when you're feeling a little squeezed and you've got a lot to do and things like that. Like today, I had 2 podcast episodes. The last one and this one I have recorded together because I'm going away. Yay, I'm off on my next trip. And I wanted to get 2 done today, but I started to feel tired after the first one, and I started to feel like, oh, I was getting a bit of a headache. So I stopped and I had some food. And then I did my I am exercise, and I connected with my power and I grounded myself in, and here I am. And here I am recording the next one. So I'm not saying that you don't have any fluctuations. You have a body and you have energy and you have an alignment that needs to happen between your feminine and masculine. But it's a big difference between recognizing it's coming from outside of you or coming from inside of you. Because you are the creator. And when you accept you have the ownership of $1,000,000 energy, and it is the most potent currency you have that creates, transforms, uplifts your business, your life, your home life, your kids' lives, everything around you. You are the fucking powerhouse. You are the central point. And you get to move into ease and grace, not because you're not burning your fire, and you should be burning fire. You should be using your energy correctly. It's here to be used. You get to direct it precisely with strategy and discernment and precision and refinement. And then you're just aerodynamic. You're moving through life with grace and ease. There's so much more space. There's so much more time because you haven't got anything to prove. It's such a wonderful shift. Now, if you're liking the sound of this, is it activating you? You're feeling like I kind of get some of that and I don't get some of that, but I can feel it in my body, and you're feeling a hell yes and you want it. Undercharged is available. You can go and grab the Undercharged brackets, the glitch, a 3-part masterclass that will guide you through the who, what, whys, what is going on, help you through the shift, and understanding how to be doing it differently. We want to get into that real details about the glitches that come up, and it will be the secret sauce that you have been missing of why you keep going around these patterns. So I'm so excited to share this with you, and I've also got the special offer of the Glitch Redefined, which is also available for you to upgrade to, which goes deeper into that, making that shift and understanding the framework that I have been sharing with my clients for a very long time. So I'm really giving you the opportunity to understand what these self-sabotage points are, the glitches that happen, why they happen, and what to do about them, and how you get to move forward with your $1 million energy and see those amazing results that you definitely earned, but you don't need to keep earning them to have them. You get to enjoy them and expand and have more and do it better. This is simply about doing it better. What got you here isn't going to be the thing that gets you to have that continuation, that sustainability, that next level. It takes the shift that has to happen now. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, share it around, and also you can come find me on Facebook and Instagram. Everything is available, including the masterclass, from www.richsexyandfree.com. The masterclass is $33 and the upgrade is $47 for the glitch. So head on over, and I look forward to speaking with you next time on the podcast. It's been great to connect with you today, but before you leave, if you want to find out more about how I can help you personally, or check out any of my books, products, or coaching packages, just simply go ahead and visit richsexyandfree.com. And I look forward to seeing you next week on the podcast.